Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to the Murray clan of North America, our first virtual Burns Supper. I've been asked to kick off this event as I am the de facto head of our part of the Murray clan, being the oldest member, living in Calgary. I'd like to welcome all the relatives, cousins, in-laws, outlaws, friends, family, and those that want to be Murrays from all over. In particular, say hi to Harry and Kathy up in the great north of Scotland there, up in the Orkney Islands, and also to Robert and Nicole, Gavin, Neve and Kenzie and the Twa Dugs down there in Cupertino, California. Hi to Spencer, and thank you very much for putting all this on, stuck out there in Toronto, and my wee brother Ian up in Edmonton along with Jenna, and Marge and I here in Calgary. Greetings, welcome, have a great night tonight. Now, I was called upon to give the address to the haggis. However, my wee brother's done it a few times. He's a great orator. He's researched his history on Robbie Burns and does a grand job, so I've relinquished that honour and given it to Ian, who will be addressing it later on. So with no further ado, let's get going. Here's a wee drum. All the best. Slánzi.
Fair fall your honest sonsy face, great chieftain know the puddin' race. A boomama ye take your place, pinch, tripe or fairm. Weel are ye worthy o' grace as lands my arm. The groaning friendship there ye fill. Your hobbies, like a distant hill. Your pen will help the men that know in time o' need, while through your pores the dews distill like amber bead. His knife, see rustic labour dight, and cut ye up with ready sleight, trenching your gushing entrails bright like any ditch, and then, oh, what a glorious sight, warm rich. Then home. Then horn for horn we stretch and stride. You'll pack the hymnals on me drive to all the real swell kites belide, bent like drums. Then all good man may like to ride, bethink comes. Is there that hour his French ragout, or olio that would stow a sou, or fricassee would mak a stew with perfect scunner, looks down with sneering scornful view on sicker dinner? Poor wretch, see him out his trash, as feckless as a wither brash, his spindles jank, a gidwit lash, his knee a knit, through bloody field or floods to dash, oh, how unfit. But mark the rustic, haggis fed, I'm sorry, we'll try that again. But mark the rustic,
haggis fed,
the trembling earth resounds his tread, clapping his wally knee a blade, he'll mark it whistle, and arms and legs and heads will snag like taps o' gristle. Ye powers, will mak mankind your care, and dish them out their bill of fare, Well, Scotland wants nae stinking ware that chops in luggies. But if you wish your grateful prayer, give her a haggis! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Robbie Burns. You know, one of the things that's going on just now with this COVID, it's really bad, I know. But something I've just latched onto is Netflix and binge watching television. I've been watching, just on the weekend there, I was watching this show, well, a bunch of shows actually by a guy, Sylvester
Stallone?
No, I switched it off last night, but yeah, anyway. So tonight we're going to do To a Louse, which was a poem that I wrote after one day being in the kirk and seeing the lady in front of me, and there was a louse on the back of her hat, and it just struck me that it was something worth memorializing. Thank you. It's good stuff, you know. So here we go. To a louse. Huh. Where are you gone, you crowling fairly? Your impudence protects you sairly. But my, you strunt rarely o'er gauze and lace. Well, faith, I fear ye dine but sparely on sic a place. You're ugly, creeping, blasted wonner, detested, shunned by saunt and sinner. How dare ye set your foot upon her, sae fine a lady? Gae somewhere else and seek your dinner on some poor body. Swith in some beggar's hoffet squattle, there ye may creep and crawl and sprottle wi' other kindred jumping cattle in shoals and nations, where horn nor bane ne'er dare unsettle your thick plantations. You haud ye there, you're out of sight, below the fatral, snug and tight. Na, faith ye yet, you'll no be right till you've got on it, the very topmost towering height o' Mrs. Bonnet. My sooth, right bold ye set your nose out, as plump and grey as ony groset, or for some rank mercurial roset, or fell red smedum, I'd gie ye sic a hearty dosie it would dress your drawdums. I wouldna be surprised to spy on an old wife's flainin' toy, or abling some bit duddy boy on's wily coat. But Mrs. Fine Lenardi, fie, how dare ye do it? Oh, Jenny, dinna toss your heed, and set your beauties o' a breed. Ye little ken what cursed speed the blast is makin'. They winks and finger ends I dread are notice takin'. Oh, would some power the giftie gie us, to see ourselves as ever see us. It would frae mony a blunder free us and foolish notion, what airs and grace and gait would leave us, and even devotion. Thank you. Slange. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a place in the Trossachs over in Scotland called Aberfoyle. Anyway, there's a fabulous pub there called the Covenanters. And my good friend Jimmy McPherson wandered in there one night and was talking about how it was coming up to him and his wife's 40th anniversary. And the boys were all saying, well, Jimmy, what's the secret of such a wonderful marriage? He says, well, boys, I think the greatest thing that I ever did is for our 20th anniversary, I took her to Italy. And we had such a fantastic time there, and that really set up our relationship for the rest of the way. So, okay, the boys were saying, we're all impressed. Well, Jimmy, what are you going to do next then? What are you going to do for our 40th anniversary? He says, boys, I'm going back to Italy and I'm going to bring her home. Thanks. Wee sleekit cowrin timorous beastie. Oh, what a panic's in my breastie. I needna start a war so hasty wi' bicker and brattle, for I would be laith to run and chase thee wi' murder and pattle. I'm truly sorry man's dominion has broken nature's social union and justifies that ill opinion that makes thee startle at me, thy poor earth-born companion and fellow mortal. I doubt na while but thou may thieve. What then, poor beastie? Thou maun live. A dame and icker and a thrave. It's a small request. I'll get a blessing with a lave and never miss. Thy wee bit hoosie, too, in ruins. Its silly was the winds are strewn, and nothing now to big a newin, o' foggage green, and bleak December's winds ensuing, baith snell and keen. Thou saw the fields laid bare and waste, and weary winter coming fast, and cosy here beneath the blast thou thought to dwell, till crash the cruel cooter passed out through thy cell. That wee bit heap o' leaves and stubble has cost thee mony a weary nibble. Now thou's turned out for all thy trouble, but house or hald, to thole the winter's sleety dribble and cranrach called. Still, Moosie, thou art no thy lane, improving foresight may be in vain. The best laid schemes o' mice and men gang after gley, and lay us not but grief and pain for promised joy. Still, thou art blessed compared with me. The present only toucheth thee, but oh, a backward cast an eye on prospects the rear, and forward, though I canna see, I guess and fear.
Hello agus fáilte, is Misha Spencer Murray. She necht cúil a hanam agus ha mi a fiúrach an Toronto. Bí mi a clúice óran le Robbie Burns, the Deals Awadi exciseman. Fáintila.
happy Burns Day from California, Murray's. I'm Rob.
Nicole.
I'm Gavin.
Neve.
I'm Kenzie.
This is Mac.
And this is Paisley.
Have a great Burns Day. Look forward to see y'all. Cheers.
In 1787, most people in Scotland did not travel more than a few miles from home. Benefactors of Burns wanted him to see more of Scotland, to give him more materials to write even more poems. Burns was just beginning to be famous and would sometimes use fictional names so that people would not make a fuss.
A trip to Stirling with his friends Willie Nicol, they were approaching Falkirk late on a Saturday evening. When up ahead, Burns was amazed to see the Ochil Hills ablaze with flame. What they were seeing was fires from the Carron Iron Works, which was the largest ironworks in Europe at the time, operating 24 hours, a 6-day week. War with Napoleon was looming and everyone wanted a carronade. A new cannon they had developed was perfect for naval warfare.
Burns, the ever poet, saw in the flames the fires of Hades and other classical images and wanted to visit the iron foundry the next day. It is said that Willie Nicol could not see nothing of what was inspiring Burns, which is not surprising. After all, he's only the head of the classical department at Edinburgh Academy.
Sunday morning, the two of them attempted to gain entrance to the foundry, but were turned away by the porter. Somewhat upset, they crossed the road to the very nearby Carron Shore Inn. It was there that Burns used the diamond-tipped pen and wrote upon a window pane of the inn.
And what Burns wrote in that window with the diamond-tipped pen was, "We came na here to view your works, in hopes to be more wise. But only lest we gang to hell, it may be nae surprise. But when we trilled at your door, your porter do not bear us. Sae may should we to hell yet come, your billy satin sair us." But in Scotland, you can't expect to talk smack and get away with it. Scot-free. And oh, by the way, Scot-free has nothing to do with Scotland. It refers to a land tax in Sweden. Sandy Benson, a riding clerk for the foundry, saw the lines on the windowpane, and Benson wrote a reply to Burns. Sadly, we cannot share his reply with you, as it's been lost in the mists of time. So there's talk of another response, but it's long gone and maybe seriously gone. But we've got an idea what it may have said. "When ye came here to view our works, had ye been more civil, we may have taken ye in and taught ye wee tricks. We'd guard ye chest with the devil. But when ye twirled at our door, ye made sack muddled in, or porter thought 'twas Nick himself, and wouldna let ye in."
Hey Dan, is this what you're trying to say? If you came here to see our works, then you should have been more civil than to give us a fictitious name in hopes to cheat the devil. 6 days a week to you and all. We think of it very well to others. If you go to church, keep you out of hell.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say, Gavin.
Yes, sure.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Happy Burns Night to you all from Orkney. I'm Kathy Shearer and this is my husband Harry. My mum was Jeannie Murray and we lived in Govan till I was about 4 before the family moved to Redford. I've been a primary school teacher for over 40 years, 6 of which in Germany with BFES, and then I got the job as head teacher of a one teacher school in Edy where I met Harry. And we've been in Orkney ever since. So we hope you all have a lovely Burns night and thank you very much for asking us to take part. Cheers.
Cheers.